Tonight, from Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, it's a special Friday edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Burrow looking to pass. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. The 30. 10. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Tyler Boyd, 63 yards. And the Bengals are going to take a first-quarter lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Vikings ready to go to work, led out by their quarterback in his 3rd year wearing purple, 9th year overall in the NFL, a Pro Bowler in Kirk Cousins.
The debate about Kirk Cousins continues to rage both among Vikings fans and fans around the league. But when you look at his numbers, you think this is one of the better quarterbacks in the league. Last year broke a string of 4 straight 4,000-yard passing years with the emergence of Dalvin Cook in the backfield. So while those numbers dropped, he was still solid throwing the football. 26 touchdown passes, just 6 interceptions. Now he's just got to develop an extra target on the perimeter in order to get his numbers back to the previous levels.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 12 yards there and a first down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
On 2nd and 11 now. Cousins. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Geno Atkins coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Open here, Adam Thielen. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. First down, here's the run with Cook. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
On 2nd down, it's Cook. And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals 39. 7 yards there and a first down.
A gain of 7.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Play action now. Cousins. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Cousins gives way to Cook. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
39-yard line.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And that'll bring up 4th down as his Cincy defense stands up on 3rd.
What we've seen so far in this game, they are not going to allow a big shot over the top. You can have whatever you want underneath. They'll give you that, but they're not going to let you beat them deep.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. As a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards, so many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on. And so that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's who you're looking for.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And Tate's got it. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
1st down. Here's Burrow. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Brought down at the
Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. This Minnesota D up to the task on the 3rd down pass play.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
And it is good. Oh, that one looked to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. From the gun, here's Cousins. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That is 3 plays and out.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Returnable here from the 38.
Receiving team.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. 10-0 to score after 1 on EA Sports. Now it's Burrow. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. Now after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Danielle Hunter, his second sack of the night.
Now, you've been around me a long time now. You know on 2nd and inches, I love it when teams are aggressive and take a shot, but we just saw the downside to being that aggressive, didn't we?
Now you've given up on a pretty likely first down if they had run the football, and they need to come up with something here on 3rd. From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. He's got his man, Boyd. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a 1st down. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
On 2nd down, Burrow. This is caught, and he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Tyler Boyd, ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out.
1st and 10. At their own 25.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Carlos Dunlap, the Florida Gator, chopping his way to the quarterback. 9 yards.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
It's been such an impressive first half to get that lead. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Fielded at the 33. Very good return that time. 18 yards. Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3. At the Vikings.
Now it's Burrow.
1-yard line.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Harrison Smith on the safety blitz, able to get the sack.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. On 3rd down, Burrow. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than... And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Ryan Glasgow gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. They run, Cook. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he'll punt it away for the second time. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
Play action. It's Burrow. And that'll be incomplete. The tight end, C.J. Uzomah, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. They go play action with Burrow. That's caught by his tight end, Uzomah. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a first down on a gain of 10. He's got his man. This is Tate. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
Well, he's certainly trying to earn his way into some more looks in the offense once the regular season heats up. If he continues to make plays like that, I think QB1 will look his way a little more often once the regular season begins.
And he finds a man on the crossing route. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
21-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Again, it's Burrow. And this is incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. And it's 3rd and short. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. To the air again, Burrow. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
So now here in the second week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters to play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along, because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle? No mental mistakes? Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team?
So they'll come away with nothing here. A disappointing result even on a day like this.
And as a kicker in the rain, you've got to slow things down a little bit. Give your holder an extra half second to make sure everything's secure. And here, he might have rushed this one a little, and it winds up no good.
2nd and 5 now. Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Final play of the half, Cousins. And this will be incomplete. physical play on the football there, and it's second down. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it.
Vikings, nothing.
Expect to see a good number of backups going forward as we are back and underway here in preseason week 2.
Fielded in the end zone.
And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And between the last 2 plays, they moved it over half the length of the football field. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
First down.
Back to the ground on 1st down. Here's Madison. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Down at the 18-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd down, this is Madison. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
Here's Mannion. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. From 17 yards out. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive. And force the issue and try and bring pressure.
So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
Give them 14 on that one and a 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just wanting not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
38-yard line, 2nd and 11.
At the 38.
Throwing is Dolgala. That's taken in by Higgins. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Okay, it's time for me to break out my thesaurus for that one. And I don't have anything. That was amazing. One-handed in this weather. I mean, you know the ball's got to be slick. But to be able to catch it and come down with it, what do they call that? The process of the catch? He completed it all the way through.
On the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Vikings football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Throwing is Mannion. Rumbling past the 30. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Sam Hubbard making his presence felt in the backfield. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. It's a foot race. 30, 10, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Rodney Anderson, 76 yards, and the Bengals add on to their lead. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too, of just getting there and taking off and going? For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Fielded near the back of the end zone, and he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Chad Beebe that time. That'll bring up 2nd down. So 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter. Thanks for tagging along with us here from the Queen City of Cincinnati. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. And that'll do it for the end of the 3rd quarter. You're watching preseason football on EA Sports. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter? Right. It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Here's Dolgala. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Alex Erickson there to make the grab. And the Bengals Eagles are able to grow their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And he'll be out right at the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays.
First down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT in the game. Instead, second down.
Second down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 27. Now left side on the swing pass. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8.
Khalid Kareem
in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. They'll set up a throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5.
And it'll be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Bengals.
That interception may be the exclamation mark on what really all around has been a good performance.
A fantastic performance. They will enjoy film session. Their grade should be very good on this one. And I think the next time the offense gets the ball, I just think about running it and getting the clock done and getting the heck out of here.
And by the way, semantics here, but before the grammar police come after me, I think it's exclamation point, not mark, right?
You're asking me? Seriously?
Yeah, you're smarter than me. Everybody knows that.
Listen, I go with what you say, my man.
They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. Now the Bengals on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Open man, Erickson. That's complete. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the fourth quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
And tough sledding. You'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Tackled by Cameron Dantzler.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
36-yard line.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets them into a 3rd and 1 situation.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
And that will be incomplete. You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now. It's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth because with all the guys that might play in this one, it seems to get bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah, we pretty much supersize them, don't we? Because, you know, remember, they're carrying 90 now. And with the new rules, they'll carry 90 all the way through the preseason before they make the final cut. Oh, yeah, a lot of guys to learn for these games. Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Sam Hubbard able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
Randy Bullock to kick off for Cincinnati.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Their first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? and the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Looking to throw again on second down. Manion. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Third down and 2 yards.
He'll look to throw. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Extra point up and good by Bullock, and the lead will swell by one more.
Randy Bullock to kick off.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. He's going to let it fly. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down.
Incomplete.
Still 15 yards to go. Second down. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will write a finish to this ball game. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
That'll do it for us.